every 100 years. Yeah, they get right after it, don't they? They start out as what we call a soda straw or hollow. They'll clog up, the water will continue to run on the outside surface, they will grow as a stalactite. A good way to remember that is they're held tight to the ceiling. If that water takes a track along an angle, you have what we call cave drapery or cave curtain forming. When the water hits the ground, you have stalagmites growing up. When the formations grow together, they become known as a column. We'll get to see several columns going through the cave. All right, guys, let's go on in. First low bridge, guys, low bridge. Second low bridge.
Even lower.
Ran out of gas, everybody's gonna get out and push. I'm just kidding, guys. We're actually driving an ancient underground riverbed. This was all carved out, all washed out by water. Yep. Over here along the wall, that water's coming down a little different. It's what we call slope down there. It's kind of flowing down the wall. It's actually picking up a little different mineral. It's kind of got an orangish brown tint. What mineral is that water mixing with?
Iron.
Iron. Bingo. Good old iron oxide, good old rust. Calcified rust. I told you how fast this stuff grows, guys. Up here at the next stop, we're going to be able to show you. Something was put in the cave in 1941. That wasn't supposed to be here. But it works as a pretty good measuring stick to show us how fast this stuff really grows. Alright guys, anybody see anything here that looks like it don't belong besides myself? What is this?
Oil pump.
Nope, not oil. It's a pipe though, it's drawing something out, water. Yep, well casing, water pipe. 1941 guys, they knew the cave was here. They didn't plan on punching that hole in the ceiling, but, well.
Does it still work?
Nope, they capped it off about 30 years ago. Yep, there's the old house up there. We drove under the parking lot, under the county road, we're in the field across from the street. Yep, if you look across the street when you leave here, there'll be a wooden bench with an antenna sitting on top of it. That's our repeater for our walkie-talkie down here, but that's where that old house was. But it was drawing water to the house for over 30 years. They tore the house down about 40 years ago. But the day they drilled this hole, guys, water started dripping down. You had the beginning of stalactites starting to form. They were about 3/4 of an inch long. Have oak tree roots coming down 90 feet looking for water. Another interesting thing going on here, guys, this pipe's not supposed to be this color. It's cast iron, 6-inch cast, black. It's 84, 85 years worth of growth forming as we speak. Yeah, I mean, theoretically speaking, it won't be in our lifetime, but there could be a tour guide in here talking about inside that calcite. Is a steel pipe. I mean, how old is that column in front of us? How old are them curtains? They started growing the same way. Hundreds, thousands. Yeah, old. That water's about 50 foot below us. We're going up the road, guys. We're going to take a look at the cave in its natural state. What is the natural state of the cave? Dark. Dark. Anybody scared of the dark? Nope. If you are, just close your eyes. You won't know the difference down here. That's how I drive. I figure if I shut my eyes and keep it between the walls, everything will be alright. I don't have to look at it. Tell you what, compared to this, you were seeing a lot. Come in and see us a decade or two later, got you a whole new cave in here. Just because science and technology always moving forward, guys. We're gonna drive over a couple of sinkholes. Everybody likes bridges, right?
Yeah.
Good.
I love
We're about 70
sinkholes.
years old and we need a weight check. You have a question, young?
Why are some of this gray?
It's got some manganese in there, just different minerals, limestone, just like rocks you find on the ground. Every little bit of water got different minerals in here making a different color. But most of this is limestone with a little bit of iron. You drink a good old cup of water, it's going to have a lot of different minerals in it. And minerals is what makes the color in here.
Somebody offers a drink. That's what it's for.
Alright, now you look down there, you'll see the hole goes down to the lower level. This cave has two levels. We drive a half mile out and here on the upper level, a half mile back out. There's over 3 miles of the lower level below. Yep, all that water's feeding out. You can see how wet and muddy, see the high water mark. This water's draining out. It's all feeding out down below where we loaded up. There's a wet weather spring out there, Indian Spring. That spring's pushing out 9,000 gallons a minute. It's like moving, but occasionally we have more water than that spring can handle, so we have standing water here in the cavern. It all feeds out to the Little Sock River. Some people say Sock. Chasing shadows, another deep dark hole, however you want to cut it. Finally got lights, electricity down here. You kind of see what was going on in here. That's like these phones everybody's taking pictures with. Nobody had phones in the 50s and 60s coming in here. You might have had a Polaroid, might have, but probably with the shadowing in here, probably the picture didn't turn out real good. Yeah. That's like science and technology. We've come a long way to handle LED lights in here. Science and technology is always moving forward. May not always be on our timetable or our rates, but we are moving forward.
just happened.
Up here, you look above the mouth of the cave, when we pull out in a minute, you'll see all the old rocks and blocks and stones have been stacked up over 100 years, so we didn't have to crawl to get back in here. Look at this concrete wall, that's not factory cement, guys, that's water. Been dripping down that wall. We can date that kind of stuff there, you know, watch it for 60 years or so. But how long has that been piling up? Put that in perspective. 100?
500 years.
How many?
500 years.
Oh, I imagine way more than 500.
2000.
Yeah, been there a long time, that's for sure. It is gonna get low, guys, one last time, pulling out through here, so just watch yourself.
Look at that, Rita.
Richard, make sure you don't do that. Make sure.
Watch yourself, guys. Watch yourself here. One last time, watch yourself. All this water, guys, comes in from the southwest to the northeast. It all feeds out down in here in the river. Parking lot's right over there, county road's right up here. A lot of times we'll sit out here and listen to the cars drive by, so you never know what's below your feet. That's why you want to be careful what you're dumping outside, because you never know where it's going to end up, and you might end up having to be drinking that water these days. 1860s, that's probably what this old bluff looked like. All these old rocks, blocks.